So sorry for the interruption. When technology fails, then we cannot do anything. Okay, so let us continue the discussions on antiderivative or definite integral. So this is what we do first for this one, Cleo. What we do with this one?
So f of x equals 5x cubed plus 6x negative cubed minus 1.
Okay, so we are expressing this. We have to put this up. So implies that this is f of x is equal to 5x to the power of 3 plus 6x to the power of negative 3 minus 1. And you do now the antiderivative. So the power increases by 1 and the new power is the divisor. Do you get me, guys? So what do you think?
5x per
Any volunteer to do that? Any volunteer? Come on, guys. Volunteer. If not, I'm gonna call you. Okay. I'm gonna call you.
I'm gonna touch you.
Danny, can you show your work?
You know damn well.
Okay, shall we give Danny a round of applause?
Smartest kid in the district.
I'm missing 2 questions.
I'm missing out. I did, yeah.
I swear it was another
The volleyball funny shit on TikTok. He funny as hell.
only one against the goat. Did you believe? Yeah.
You didn't even show us the calculations.
I know. You beat this, bro?
Oh.
Oh, you did it.
Are those papers yours?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. What a loss.
Thanks, bro.
What a loss. And the cup is open.
Damn, are you hating?
Tell me to fucking smack you in the face.
Dude.
Do it, bitch. You're not gonna do fucking shit.
Oh, we're on camera seeing this. That's crazy. It's 10. It's 10 what? 10 cents? Believe it is 10 cents. Yeah. You got a black eraser? What is it? Like, have you erased your profile?
Okay, perfect. Shall we give Danny a round of applause?
Danny!
So this is correct. Okay, this is correct. So right here, the power is negative 2, so you have to bring it down. Okay, so that you'll have a positive answer for the power right here. So finally, the antiderivative is 5x to the power of 4 over 4 minus 3 over x squared minus x plus c. Okay, now moving on
that makes
to
sense.
number 3. What do you think we do? Are we going to rewrite that one? Yes.
Yep.
We are rewriting this
Yes.
in terms of, since this is square root, so
Was it half
we're
of
gonna
x?
express that in
Extra
exponential.
power.
Okay, so we say power of 1/2 the square root of x. So rewrite this as f of x is equal to x to the power of 1/2 plus 3 over x to the power of 1/2. But what we do with this,
Bring it up.
bring it up, okay? So we write again into f of x is equal to x to the power of 1/2 plus 3x to the power of negative 1/2. And then you do now the antiderivative. Okay, can you do first on your own? And
Maybe.
get ready. Now, you can also do mental math right away by adding 1. You don't have to show like this 3 plus 1. Okay? So, which means right here 1/2 plus 1. So, what is 1/2 plus 1? I need fraction. 3 over 2 or 3 halves, right? So, I just want you to do that. So, 3 halves over 3 halves. But what you do with that 3 halves, Bob? Okay. So, to take the antiderivative, we have f of x is equal to x to the power of 3 halves. I'll show you first. I'm gonna write 3 halves, but the final answer should be, we're gonna flip the 3 halves into
No clue.
2/3, right? So I'll write first 3 halves. And then plus 3x, and then negative 1/2 plus 1.
Negative.
It's gonna be 1/2. Okay, 1/2 over 1/2 also. And then plus what? What is missing? Plus c. Okay, plus c. Simplifying further, we have f of x is equal to, flip this, take the reciprocal, the 3 halves becomes 2/3. 2/3 of x to the power of 3 halves. Okay, and then next would be 6, right? 3 times 2, because we're gonna flip 1/2. You want me to show? I think no need, okay? So, this means 6x to the power of 1/2 plus the constant. Any question?
No, he's sine and cosine. What's up, legal plus?
Nah, I'm chilling. It's a lot of work. Oh, you get it? Oh, it's so simple.
Just leave your answer that way. Okay?
It's the reverse.
Now, guys, in the actual AP, you don't have to keep simplifying. The more you simplify, the more you commit an error. Okay? Anyway, if I am the AP corrector, when I look at your solution and if I see it right, then that's it. Do not simplify
Don't
in the
just copy the
actual
graph of this,
AP
but the
test.
answer I don't know how to
Okay?
get.
No, I know.
The more you oversimplify, the more you
Mistake.
commit a mistake, and then you lose points, right? You lose points. Okay, can I move this up?
Did you get this?
Yeah.
Now, who can still remember our class at UCLA? Remember, we were there. Some of you were there
I do remember.
during that UCLA class, November 16.
Perchance.
I can still recall
Mm.
our face-to-face lesson at UCLA.
You had a good time?
Who was there?
I
Who were
believe.
there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Size.
7. Okay. Now,
Shit.
sine and cosine integrals.
Remember?
Remember, I made a unit circle, right?
Perchance.
Okay, so guys, in your workbook, can you draw a unit circle that concerns only on sine and cosine? Okay, if this is unit circle, so the x-axis is cosine, right? Okay, cosine. And the y-axis is the sine. If this is positive right here, cosine is negative. If sine 90 degrees is positive, sine 270 degrees is negative. Now, Mr. Roy, why is it that it's negative? Remember, coordinate of cosine. What's the coordinate? 1, 0. You get me? That's why cosine is positive. So cosine 0 degree is 1. But sine 0 is nada. Okay. How about this coordinate? 0 for cosine, 1 for sine. Okay. Next. How about this pi? 180 degrees, negative 1, 0. And right here, 270 degrees, 0, negative 1. That is why positive cosine, sine also right here, 1,
CA number.
positive, right? But right here, the sign is negative. And
This is CA number 1.
180 degrees or pi, cosine is negative. Now, remember,
Mine is flipped.
last time
Oh.
we have
Yeah, mine is flipped.
the clockwise direction.
Oh, it's different.
What do you think is clockwise direction? And what is counterclockwise
No,
direction?
same graph.
So, clockwise direction, the direction is right here.
Maybe some questions are flipped.
This is derivative, right? Do you get me?
Yes.
So we can say if this is derivative, clockwise direction, the derivative of sine is cosine. This is mnemonic device. Now, in the actual AP, in case you forgot everything, just draw a small circle and then make that a sine, cosine, negative cosine. Then, if you are doing derivative, you do clockwise direction. You get me? Again, the derivative of sine is cosine. What is the derivative of cosine? Negative sine. What is the derivative of negative sine? Negative cosine. What is the derivative of negative cosine? Sine. Okay? Clockwise direction. This time, antiderivative. So we do the reverse. Do you get me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Take a look on this one. Antiderivative of cosine. What is the antiderivative of cosine? Sine. What is the antiderivative of sine?
Negative cosine.
So what is this right here? Anybody?
Negative cosine.
Okay, can you write it down, Tyler? Shall we give Tyler a round of applause?
Just to put C.
Yes. Very good.
So
Tyler's right. So the antiderivative of sine x dx is negative cosine plus c. Okay. Next,
Because it's going the other way.
to do the second one, Adeline, do the second one. The integral of cosine x dx, meaning the antiderivative. Look at the mnemonic device. Shall we give Adeline a round of applause?
This is pretty easy.
Perchance it maybe.
Okay, very good. Again, a round of applause to Adeline.
Nice.
Sine,
Can I use your black eraser?
guys, okay. This is not a violent reaction.
I didn't-
Be careful in the actual AP.
Why not?
What is lacking here? X. What is lacking here? X. Okay? Be careful in the actual AP.
Be
Okay?
careful, Adi. Be
So
careful.
the derivative of antiderivative of cosine x dx is sine x plus c. However, the antiderivative of sine x dx is negative cosine x plus c. Don't forget to write your x, even if it's your x. It's still important to you. Just kidding. Okay, so can I move this up now? Is the mnemonic device clear to you? Just in case you forget, then have this mnemonic device. Derivative is clockwise, antiderivative is counterclockwise. Okay. So the fundamental theorem of calculus part 1. This is part 1.
But did all of this shit wrong. Silmore, walk out.
Okay.
I don't know. Chavez is doing this
So
today.
if f is continuous on the interval a to b, continuous function, then the area under the curve of f from a to b can be expressed by the integral. So this is now definite integral. Why definite? It has a limit. The lower limit a and the upper limit b from the interval a to b. F of x dx. Now,
Degeneration.
can you remember last time? This is small f, and if we do antiderivative, what happens to small f?
Big F.
Make it big. So f of the upper limit. What is the upper limit? B. Okay. Minus the lower limit A. Okay, this is FTC number 1.
Like if you add up.
Okay, f of b minus f of a. Meaning whatever is the function, you're gonna plug in the upper limit first, then to be subtracted by the lower limit.
Perchance.
So let's have that concept right here. What is our lower limit? Negative 2. What is our upper limit? 5. So you plug in first the upper, which is 5. Did you get me? And then after that, after plugging in with the function, this 4 minus 6x is the function f of x. And then after that, you now subtract by the lower limit. You still have to plug in the lower limit. Okay. Can I move this up? So, evaluate the definite integral. Use a calculator to check your answer, but this time I don't want you to use a calculator. Don't be too independent with your calculator. Unless this is an actual AP. Part 2 of the test is calculator active for multiple choice. And then part 1 of the free response is also calculator active. But part 2 of the free response is no longer calculator. So therefore, part 1 of multiple choice and part 2 of free response is non-calculator. So let's have the idea on this one. How we write now. So you are doing this way. The first thing that you do, this is definite, therefore no plus C. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
No plus C. Why? Jose, why is it that there's no plus C?
Because they cancel.
They cancel?
Okay.
Yes, Alex?
Is definitive.
It's definite integral. When we
Good
say
job,
definite
Alex.
integral, it has a limit, right? It has a limit. Okay, let's have this.
That's the second time I heard that. Bro.
So you are writing, this is the function. This is the function. So we have 4 minus 6x evaluated from negative 2 to
Appreciate you, OG.
I have the intention to write that way
I
because I want violent reaction. Did I take the antiderivative? No. So, is this the correct way? Okay, what we do? Okay, so we're gonna have to integrate. So, what happens to 4?
Becomes 4x.
Becomes 4x. You're right, Tyler. Very good. And what happens to 6x? Becomes what?
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x squared. Okay, so we have to do antiderivative. So this means we're gonna have 4x minus, this is power of 2 over 2. So 6 divided by 2 is
3.
3. Do I have to show it?
No.
No need. Okay. So this is 3x squared evaluated from, you're gonna have to write it here, evaluated from negative 2 to positive 5. That's how you write the first step. Okay? But some authors, they just write it this way. 4x. Again, as I said, some authors, they just have 4x and then 3 x squared. Okay, so 4x and then they put it that way from negative 2 to 5. Doesn't matter, okay?
Which one?
Doesn't matter.
I,
If you prefer to do it this way, it's okay. If you want to do it this way,
don't know.
it's
I don't think it's
also
all that.
okay. Okay? So the AP correctors is not picky. Okay?
I think it's not supposed to
So-
use this.
the 7.
No, the 2 and
Let us
negative
now
1
plug
and
in.
4,
What to
so
plug in
you should use
first?
these two, like,
No, the ones up
the
there.
ones from
What to
8.
plug in first? The upper or the lower?
That means the answer.
Remember, it
Upper,
says
upper,
f of b minus f of a.
Upper.
The upper. So we
That
have
means the
to
answer is
do
this.
4 times 5, right? 4 times 5, and then minus 3 times 5 squared. I prefer to have bracket because the next is to subtract from the
It's A.
lower
Negative 21.
limit. Okay? So we have 4 times negative 2 minus
But I'm gonna tell them.
3, sorry, minus 3 times negative 2
What one before?
square,
Same thing for them.
and then
Number 5.
that's it.
The graph is weird.
And then simplify.
That's
Okay?
why I don't know how to figure out these.
So this is now 20 minus 75. Okay? Do I have to show you 3 times 25?
Yeah.
No need. Do mental math right away. We're gonna have to save time in the actual test, right? Save time. If you can do mental math, do it. Okay? So 25 times 3. So this means 20 minus 75. Then minus. This is negative 8. While this one is positive 4. And then, so minus 12. Okay. And then, what is this? Negative 55. So negative 55 minus negative 20. Okay.
30,
Negative 20. Okay. So this is negative.
35.
So what is your final answer?
Negative 75.
Negative
Oh, 35.
35.
I just said that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Negative
I didn't see.
35.
He just added the negative 20. He just added the negative 20.
Yeah.
So negative 50 plus 20. Negative 55 rather. Plus 20. So final answer is negative 35. Do we have to show all the work?
Hell no.
No need. You're gonna have to save time.
Money?
Okay? Save time, guys. Yes, Chris?
On the FRQ we have to.
On the FRQ, no need. If it is,
That's probably the same thing as this one, I think.
you don't have to show everything.
I just want something nice.
You don't have to show everything. If you can do it, if I am the AP corrector, unless it is Raymond Sam, because I have to look in
It's like a F of A minus a
the
B,
work,
or
okay?
F of A minus
Whether
a B.
you're doing it right, and then plus the final answer, the unit. So I'm very strict on it, but for this one,
So what's the derivative? Negative 2.
but this question falls on mastery check. So that's why you have to save time. Okay? This is on mastery multiple choice. MC, mastery check, MC, multiple choice. Okay, this is on multiple choice questions. Yes,
Why'd you put negative 2 and 5 if you were just gonna put it into
Oh, you tell him, big bro.
3 and minus FA?
you're speaking on what number?
On the first
Never
time.
mind, Anthony. Doesn't make sense.
This one?
It doesn't.
First step,
That's the limit.
I try to do it like this.
you're gonna have to
Came up
plug
with
in
two.
first 5. The upper to be plug in first.
No, I just it's
Minus the lower.
1.7.
This is our B. Upper limit is the B. B minus A, right? F of B minus F of A. So you always have to plug in first the upper limit. And then to be subtracted by the lower limit. You're gonna plug in also the lower limit.
Nice one, bro.
Do not plug in first the lower limit. And then minus the upper limit. That is not the concept of fundamental theorem of calculus.
You're right.
Okay?
So I just need
So-
5 and 9, right?
Can we
I got 9.
continue? Number
Oh, no, well,
5.
we got it, but we gotta go.
Are we good? Okay, can I erase number 1? So I can have some space for number 1, number 5. Okay.
You do what you want.
You guys done?
Yeah.
So before we take the antiderivative, what we do with this one?
Rewrite.
We're gonna rewrite, okay? We are rewriting this. Can I just start right here? So the integral from 1 to 4,
You always
and
say.
then x to the power of 1/2 minus.
See you this week.
Can I move it right away? X to the negative 2 dx. Okay,
Degeneration X.
so do now the anti-derivative and then plug in the upper limit minus the lower limit. So let's take a look on this. So x 1/2 plus 1, 3/2, right? 3/2 over 3/2. But do I have to write 3/2 at the bottom? Flip right away into 2/3. Okay, so 2/3. So 2/3 x to the power of 3/2.
Duders.
Okay. And then plus 1, so negative. Then bring it down to make it positive. Okay? And then what happens? Minus 1 over
1 over x over negative 1.
X to the power of half over 2.
so minus.
No,
Minus or plus?
Minus.
Minus or plus?
Plus.
Plus. Okay, very good. 1 over
negatives cancelled.
x, right? Okay? And then evaluated from
from 4 to 1 or 1 to 4.
4 to 1 or 1 to 4? Be specific. We're gonna have to mention first the lower limit. So from 1 to 4. Okay, we're gonna continue. Tomorrow is our mid-unit test. Okay?
That's where you messed up on a question. Number